welcome to Rage in the Cage TV. I'm your host, Roland Surreal, with my co-host,
Hi, Upshire.
and we're coming to you here at the Rage in the Cage Training Center here in Tempe, Arizona. We have an exciting show today, Ty.
Yeah, what do we have in store today, Ron?
Well, first of all, we're going to start off with the head instructor at the American Martial Arts Center, Dusty Farrell, and he's going to bring a few of his fighters as well.
Also here, we're also bringing in Freddie Fernandez. He's a phenomenal fighter as well, and Window Low, Ron. Is that true?
That's true. They're going to be here live today. Now we're back with the head instructor of the American Martial Arts Center, Dusty Farrell. Dusty, how you doing, my man?
Good, thank you, Roland.
You know, I've been knowing Dusty now for going on 11 years, back in the early days, and Dusty's one of my good friends and also one of the best supporting cast for the Rage in the Cage events and the Desert Quest events. And Dusty, I know you're going to bring some fighters in a few minutes, but tell the fight fans out there about your school and who you are. And I know your wife is Michelle Grapple Girl.
Yes, sir. I have a school in North Phoenix, American Martial Arts Center at 714 West Dunlap Avenue. We specialize in boxing, kickboxing, judo, wrestling, jiu-jitsu. We supply a lot of upcoming fighters for the Rage in the Cage show.
You know, Dusty, over the years, you've developed some of the top fighters in Arizona and throughout the country. What do you do at your center? I mean, what do you guys specialize in other than mixed martial arts? I believe you got a little weightlifting center as well.
I have a weightlifting gym that I own right next to my school. A lot of the fighters, of course, cross-train from doing the martial art thing and then come over next door and lift weights.
Well, let me ask you this. I was told that you have one of the largest female programs as well. As you know, his wife, Michelle Grapple Girl, is one of the top fighters in the world. Is that true that you're still doing that program?
We do a women's class also, kids class. We have a full training facility.
Dusty, for the fight fans out there, tell them also what's available there in terms of hours.
We're pretty flexible. Most of our classes are in the evening time, but we also have the weightlifting program, like you mentioned, during the day. We have day classes once in a while, sometimes. A person can train 6 or 7 days a week at my school.
There you have it. Dusty Farrell, the head instructor of the American Martial Arts Center. All right, we're back. I'm sitting here with one of the top Rage in the Cage heavyweights, Mr. Window Low. How you doing, Window?
Pretty good. How are you?
You know, Window Low's one of those fighters that when he comes in the ring, he brings it. Window, what would you say was your toughest fight in the Rage in the Cage? What fighter?
Richard Hell, the heavyweight champion, was one of my toughest fights.
You know, going into that fight, I know you know a lot about Richard Hill. What did you expect from Richard, and what did you expect from yourself?
I honestly didn't know what to expect because he was new at the time. I was new at the time, and he's progressed. I've progressed, and now he's a champion. You know why? I mean, he's a good fighter.
You know, Window, I was told that you also did Tough Man shows too. You were a champion before?
Yes, I was.
And where was that at?
I did 2 years in a row in Arkansas.
Let me ask you this. If there was a dream fighter, who would it be that you would like to fight?
I don't know. Fedor?
Fedor, that's better you than me, you know, on that one. But let me ask you this question, Window. You're going to be fighting the next Rage in the Cage. Who's the fighter that we're going to basically match you up with?
I'm looking to fight Dan Christensen on February 1st. Really looking forward to that fight.
Well, let me ask you this: when you enter the ring, what goes through your mind? I mean, are you the kind of fighter that gets real nervous, or do you it's just like feeling at home? Or
No, I'm pretty good up until the day of the fight. Day of the fight, I'm a nervous wreck until we get in that ring and the bell rings and it's time to go. Then I'm ready to go.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Wendell Lowe. We're here with one of the top middleweight fighters in the Rage in the Cage, Freddie Fernandez. How you doing, Freddie?
Pretty good yourself.
You know, Freddie, you know, when I first met you, I tried to get you in the Rage in the Cage. You kind of hesitated early on, but since now you've fought a few times, what's it feel like?
I love it. It's an experience that you can't explain until you get in there. You have to feel it for yourself, I guess.
Let me ask you this. Going into the first fight, because I know early on you were hesitating. When you finally got out there for the first time, was it as easy as you thought or harder?
Like I said, it's a feeling you can't explain. It's a little easier than I thought once you get used to it, but the first couple fights are something you just got to feel and work through.
How many days a week do you train?
Usually I pretty much train every day, 7 days a week. I'd say about 3-4 hours a day. So.
Okay. Of all the fights you had, which fight would you say gave you the most gratification?
Probably say the last one because it was. I kicked him in the face. That felt phenomenal, and then I got to drop him after that. Went to decision, unfortunately, but win's a win, and I'll take it.
What's your ultimate goal at MMA?
Just take it as far as I can, fight as many people as possible, obviously win, and just do as good to the sport as I can.
Well, let me ask you this last question. Who would be your dream fight?
Whoever, once I get good enough and once I turn pro, whoever has the belt at my weight class, that would be my dream fight. So, not going to say any big names, but whoever's out there at that time.
There you have it, Freddie Fernandez.
For the first time ever, Falco Promotions Professional Boxing, combined with Rage in the Cage Extreme Cage Fighting. It's the first ever Fort McDowell Casino Super Brawl. Ladies and gentlemen, Friday, February 1st, the ring explodes. Professional boxing and extreme cage fighting together. Plus, the Arizona Knockouts Bikini Team and Super Brawl Hip Hop Dancers. It's the ultimate kickoff to the big game weekend, Friday, February 1st at Fort McDowell Casino. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster locations of Fort McDowell Casino.
Get up in your hair, ball head. I'ma get up in your skin, dig real deep up in your brain like a blood clot. And take away your wind, never breathe another breath. If you want some, nigga, game gon' find its way. You don't wanna see the outcome. Do or die, down. So if you wanna take this crown, come and get it. Try to grab them. That's if you think you bad enough to take this game away from me.
Today on the Heart Attack, we're gonna go from the north-south position to a triangle choke. Starting from the north-south position on the bottom, I want to put my fist into his hip area. I want to dig him in nice and deep so that they put a little pressure on his hip, pushing him back. I'm going to use my left leg on the ball of the foot. I'm going to pull my hips out forward, away from my opponent as I push here, like this motion. In split second, I want to bring my knee, my right knee, up underneath his right shoulder. So I put my right elbow under the shoulder as I bump the knee in, hooking my foot on his shoulder here. To transition this position to triangle, I use both hands to push the hip over here, away from me, as my left leg circles the head. From here I want to shoot my leg over, clamping down, as well as pulling down on the back of the head, freeing my leg from underneath him into a triangle choke, completing the submission. And that is the Heart Attack of the week.